the way to communicate about the grief and about men feelings, because nobody talks about that. I hate the auditions. I hate like
The
all the
audition
process.
process.
In Mexico, you always hear like the bad news. Like you hear like someone disappeared, someone was kidnapped.
Is the recording?
Okay, welcome. Welcome to Creating with Purpose. This episode is very special. We have a guest all the way from Mexico, Sebas. So can you please introduce yourself to our audience? Like, how did you start it? What do you do?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Sebastian. I'm from Mexico. I'm 23 years old. I started in this creative world when I was, I think, 11.
Oh my God.
And back in school, I started as an actor, as you. I did a lot of plays in my school. I did The Lion King. I did an adaptation of The Grinch.
Wow.
I did a couple of things as an actor, and I always wanted to be an actor. And then one day after I graduated from high school, I had this opportunity back then that a friend invited me to be part of a set, like for a feature film back in Mexico.
Okay.
So I said, okay, yeah, I want to see how is the world, this
Behind the camera.
Yeah, behind the camera first before I decide if I want to go and study film or acting. Well, my idea was always acting.
Yeah, like you always knew it?
Yeah, I always knew that I wanted to do act. Well, you know, when you graduate from high school, you have like this. I want to be a lawyer too. I wanted to be a lawyer too.
What a difference.
Yeah. I wanted to be a lawyer. I wanted to be a politician. I wanted to be an actor. But then I decided to stay with the creative career. So I did that movie. I loved it. And then I moved. I did a couple of commercials. I did Shark Tank Mexico. Well, I work on in art department for the 7th season of Shark Tank Mexico.
Wow.
Yeah.
How was the experience?
It was really good. It was really cool. It was different because with my boss back in Mexico, she does a lot of commercial. So I work in art department back there. So all the time we were doing commercials, and I love it because it's like really crazy stuff. I love the adrenaline of doing like one like commercial in 2 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like sometimes you arrive, like your call time is at 6 a.m. and you finish at 4 a.m.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so it's all the day. So
Not sleeping.
not sleeping, but I like it. I really like to be like in the motion
Yeah.
of the commercial, because there are like you have to do it really quick. And for Shark Tank it was different because it was like 7 weeks, something like that. So it was like a longer process.
Mhm.
Because also when I did the movie, it was like a small budget movie and it was just a month.
Okay.
So also it wasn't that like quick, but it was like kind of fast.
Yeah.
But then Shark Tank, I also love business. So it was cool because seeing also all the entrepreneurs coming to the tank.
Yeah.
And all that was pretty cool, because also the art department that what does in Shark Tank, well, they have two different art departments. Like the main art department who do all the set, like dress up all the tank and the chairs and everything. They design everything, the
Yeah.
production designer, and then they have an art director that is my boss, and she had to do all the micro sets for the entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Depends what are you pitching. Like we
So
build.
it's very personal.
Yeah, we like the personalized sets for the entrepreneurs. She does that.
Wow.
So every day was like 2 or 3 episodes, and we changed all the dress up of the set.
Wow.
Depends of the
How
entrepreneur.
many entrepreneurs would come per day? Like how many set changes did you guys?
I think I don't remember, but I think it's around 3 or 2, because even though in TV you see it's like a 20-minute speech or something like that, it's an hour
Yeah.
they're filming, because it's an actual, like it's real. I thought it wasn't real, but it's 100% real.
No.
Like they are like pitching and then they are negotiating with the sharks and everything and like everything that you see it's real, but in the editing they have to
Yeah,
cut.
of course.
Also, it was super cool because it was like TV, you know, and TV is super different of what we know for short films or commercials or whatever. Like one camera, or if you think like probably two, but in the TV is like
A lot.
6 cameras, like the main camera, because it's like it's not on live, but it's on live because you cannot like cut the pitch or anything like that. They have like 6 cameras, each camera seeing like each shark, and then like a main camera like looking at the entrepreneur, and
No.
it's super cool. What else was I was gonna say about that? Well, the sharks also doesn't know like where they're gonna see that
Yeah.
day. We know which pitch is going each day.
Oh, so there's not like research
No,
before.
no, the Shark Tanks just
Wow.
as they come, like it's the
Wow.
first time that they are knowing about the project. Like the production knows about everything. This is one person, well, one department who investigate all the entrepreneurs to get them to do all the process with them, and because also there are filters to be in Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So they choose from, I don't know, like probably let's say 80 entrepreneurs, and
Yeah.
then you will just have 40. So
But do they have any notebook or book where they know about the data of the business, or they're just
no,
take the decision based on the pitch?
yeah, they take
Ah.
the decision based on the pitch, and also like
This is a lot of money invested.
yeah, yes, they have like, and also they have like a certain amount that they can invest. Like, okay, I have 5 million pesos for this season. It's more, but
Yeah.
it's an example. And then they have to also to know like they cannot say yes to everyone,
Yeah.
even though they want to and they are all good, because they have like a budget for that. Like they're the the sharks.
Yeah.
But yeah, they don't know anything about the business before they come into scene.
What is the biggest like business lesson that you learned there?
There, I don't know. It's crazy because it's like, well, in Mexico I haven't seen like, is there Shark Tank in Canada? I don't know, but there is Shark Tank in the US. Well,
Of course.
I haven't seen them, but the problem that always happen in Mexico is that they don't know like how much their business value in the market is. Like they overinflate the value, or they like lower like
Yeah.
the value, and it's like every season is the same. Like, and the sharks know it's like you didn't do your numbers.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the main like business thing that I learned there. Like you have to know your numbers for whatever you wanna do.
Yeah.
Like that in the business area.
How did you ended up in Canada?
So after the movie, after Shark Tank, a couple of commercials, I said yes, I wanna be an actor.
Okay.
It was cool, it was nice, but now let's go to the acting.
Okay.
So I signed to Toronto Film School with my best friend. In that time, we moved together to Canada.
Okay.
We started the school together. For people who doesn't know, Gerardo is behind the camera. Gerardo was my classmate.
How was that first term, like those first days in Canada?
It was crazy because actually, well, I'll arrive July 1st. For people who doesn't know, July 1st is Canada Day. And it was crazy because everything was super expensive. And like my dad came with me, and it was like we couldn't find like where to stay because everything was expensive because it was Canada Day. So it was different.
Yeah.
We found a place. Also, I didn't find anything to live, so I stayed in an Airbnb for a month
Okay.
with my best friend. And yeah, it was a different change. But I started school, and then they kicked me out because I didn't have like all the admission process.
Okay.
Yeah, I was missing my English test.
Okay.
So I stopped being classmate with Gerardo, and then I started like to do my English exam. Like
Yeah.
my English is pathway. I think I
Yeah.
entered an English school and I did all that. So I started like next term, but it was different because it's way different as in Mexico, like the class and the process. Like
Really?
not even like thinking like a, just thinking it as a school, not thinking it as a art school.
Yeah.
It was way different, like the how,
The
like,
teaching style?
yeah,
way
the
that
teaching
teachers-
style,
What
yeah.
is different?
I don't know, like also like when you come from a normal school, it's like everything, like everyone goes like in chairs and like have like to write notes and everything.
Yeah.
Like, and this was like, hey, everyone, go to the floor.
Acting is
yeah,
it's a
but it was cool because it remembered me when I did like theater back when I was a kid, so it was like nice. But something that was like really different for me was like I was missing a lot being behind the camera.
okay.
Yeah, something that I regret a little bit. I didn't do a lot of auditions or being in a lot of school projects because I was in a lot of school projects, but in as a PD. Like,
Okay.
like people
Why? Like
people from film production. Like my best friend was in film production, and when she got set, she called me and I was helping her.
yeah.
And then they start calling me when she went back to Mexico, and then like people just knew that I was like PD, and they just keep calling me,
Yeah.
calling me, and I was like happy doing that instead of, I don't know, like I love acting, everything, but I hate the auditions. I hate like
The
all the
audition
process.
process.
I hate all that process. So I stopped like acting.
Well, you act in your short film.
Oh well, yeah, with Gerardo.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, because it was my thesis film, and I studied acting. I was like, okay, I need to act in something, and also in all the school, like in all every term, it was the same for me. They give me the same characters for class and everything. Like it was not boring because at the end I understood that it was like also the characters that you have to audition for, it have to fit your personality.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes we think like as an actors we can do like something super different.
What's your
from-
personality? What kind of roles did they give you?
Yeah, they gave me like, because you can tell that I have a like strong accent and like my English is not the best. So if they see me just like physically, they give me like the handsome and like the fuckboy guy in the school. But then the teachers who know, like who really know me, they gave me like characters like, you know, Matt told me this. It was my voiceover teacher. He told me that your character, your perfect character, is the sports guy, like not the American football lead, not like the lead like character, but like the best friend who is like in the team but also writes poetry in like in the
That's very
in the
specific.
side. Yeah, yeah, it was really specific, but it was like, yeah, you look cool, you are like kind of cool guy or everything, but you have like your emotional side.
Okay.
You know that. So I think that's my character, because it's more like my personality. I'm like that, like for everyone I'm like, hey, yeah, super cool, but whatever. But in the like inside me, it's like more peace.
And does that have something to do with your character in Siempre en tu esquina?
No, because I wanted to do something like super different. Because I was like, no, I'm more into doing like all the time, like I'm not the fuckboy guy. Like also like I didn't like I couldn't like my person like Sebastian doesn't know how to flirt. So like for me, like when they give me those characters, I remember this character that I had a hard time with. It was from Euphoria, Nate, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nate, and I couldn't do it. Like he's like a bad guy and like super fuckboy. I couldn't like do that. You know, like it was really difficult for me. But for Siempre en tu esquina, I tried to do something different of what I did for the whole like 18 months. So I love like this, like the Psycho movies and all that stuff, like Fight Club, American
Yeah.
Psycho. I love that, like that kind of style. So I wanted to do something like that, and also like probably every man in history loves Rocky. So I said, okay, I want to see what I can do, because I also wrote the story, so I could do whatever I want.
Yeah.
So I wrote the story about okay, I love Mexico. I love like psycho theme. I love boxing. So let's do.
So you knew already like
Yeah,
about boxing.
let's put it all together. Yeah, when I was a kid, I also like practice box. Well, not that much, but kind of. So I like it.
How was the physical preparation for that? Because
It was crazy. It was crazy. If you see the movie right now, I look like way different, like 10 kilos more. But it was like, it was more than a year and a half of preparation. Like nutrition way and like physically way. Like I was training every day. It was like really hard. I 2 months before shooting, I was training like 3 times a day.
no way.
Something like that, yeah. And of course, because I was training that much, I was eating that much and everything, like it was
Yeah.
all
How was the shooting day?
the shooting day.
Yeah.
It was good. We had 3 days of shooting.
Mm-hmm.
The first day, it was we start from the end of the story to the beginning of the story.
Okay.
The first day was the last scene, and in the last scene, it was like supposed to have like to see the entire, because if you, I don't know if you know the story, Ulises is a retired boxer from Mexico that he moved to Canada after a loss. He lost his brother, and he moved trying to find a better life here, but he stopped doing boxing because I remember him to his brother and everything. And then after a lot of fights and like bar fights and stuff like that, like getting in trouble, a coach magically find him and like help him to recover his
Come back.
to do his comeback. So it was like you had to see the process from the bad guy to the better guy.
Yeah.
And also, of course, like Ulises wasn't like on shape when Cesar, the coach, found him. So the first scene, the last scene, the first day of shooting, I have to be like just on shorts without shirt, and I have to look like super shape, and I had to like to look really really good and to show the change, like the physical change for the of the movie. So that day was hard because I did the process that physical culturist.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do when they have like shows or programs. They dishydrate themselves.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So you were acting without water, without
Yeah.
anything.
For that whole week, I did like the thing that you have to do. I don't remember when I did it like safely.
Okay.
Right now it's like the first day. For example, the first day of shooting was Friday. So my first day of this hydration was on Sunday. So the first day you have to drink like 6 liters of water
Wow.
on Sunday. Then on Monday you have to reduce that half, so 3 liters. Then Tuesday, 1.5. Like Wednesday, 1. And then Thursday, I think was like just 500 millimeters of water. And then Friday, nothing. Well, no, Thursday, nothing. And then Friday was like the shooting day.
Yeah.
And also, because it's cool, like everything you learn when you're
Yeah.
doing like a character or when you're directing something.
Do you think that helped you, like those physical preparation? I remember your character was very like determined, and
Yeah.
it's a sports person, like
Yeah.
it's a professional, so it kind of gets you in the mindset, right? Like, did that help you?
I think it helped me a lot because I didn't know, but I think I'm like more like that kind of actor. What is the name of method actor? Yeah, because I was like, I didn't know. I get it after, but I was like in the character like
Okay.
like 1 month before, like
Wow.
3 weeks before the shooting. I was already like in the in
Yeah, I can imagine.
character.
Every time you were training.
Yeah, every time I was training, I had a playlist that I never listened to music, but Luis listened to music, so I have a playlist of what he listened. So I used to listen that playlist when I was training or doing something that has to do with him, and yeah. Also the things that you learn, it was really cool because you have to do a lot of investigation when you're a writer. writer, but also when you are an actor, you have to like research stuff and a lot of things because psychological things that I investigate for Ulysses. Like he had a scratch in his eye, but it was like no, it was here in the right side
Okay.
because the right side means like the father
Yeah.
and the left side is
Oh.
the mom. So in the background story of Ulysses, like his dad left them alone when he was a
Wow.
kid, so it was like that scratch significant that. Also another thing, well, this is most like an actor that you learn, is your body, it's water, muscles, skin, and fat.
Okay.
So after you train a lot, you lose fat, and you have your muscles like bigger, so you look like bigger. But what else? Like if you don't have fat and you have muscles, you still have water and skin. So that's why, of course, you cannot take out your skin to look like better, like fit. So that's why you dehydrate
Dehydrate.
yourself because that way you are losing that water cape. So the skin goes right into the muscles. So if you did a good workout, like the muscles are gonna look like bigger because you don't have the fat and you don't have the water in
Wow.
you. So that's why you do that process. And also another process that they do, because I was like on diet. I was just like eating protein and veggies and whatever, just eating that. On Thursday night, I ate a burger, 2 milkshakes, and a lot of fries because I didn't have that fat on me. It pumps your how do you say
Nerves?
las venas,
The veins.
the veins. Yeah, it pumps the veins because
Wow.
all the calories
Oh
and
my
the carbohydrates
Oh,
that you haven't eaten in a long time. So after you eat it from the first time in a long
You
time,
learn
it
a
just
lot.
pump. Yeah.
Wow. Also, you told me you like businesses. You also have your media company.
Oh yeah, I know
Ceviche?
Ceviche. Yes, Ceviche is my production company. It was like, well, Siempre en tu esquina was its baby. It was its first project, and Ceviche Films is a production company that wants to create art, but in a commercial way.
Okay.
You know, I never tell this. Well, I always tell it, but I never tell it
On
in
camera.
in camera. But I don't I don't love. Well, I like it. I appreciate it, but I don't love like these art films or stuff like that. Like sometimes for me, like they're slow.
Yeah.
So my idea with Ceviche Films is like, but these stories have to be told in some way, but it's not working if they are told to an audience that already know about that, because normally the art films, like just people who know about art or are worried about those topics are watching those films.
Yeah.
So I needed to do something I wanted to do something to make this more commercial.
Yeah.
Like you are sending a message, but it's more,
To reach a wider audience.
yeah, it's easier to digest.
Okay.
So that's why I wanted to do like a message with commercial idea, and that's how it started with Siempre en tu esquina, because it's like a boxing movie. Yeah, let's go, like super commercial thing.
Yeah.
But the theme is not boxing. The boxing is like just like the way to communicate about the grief and about men feelings, because nobody talks about that. So I think it was a cool idea, like mixing the boxing super commercial idea with that, and also with everything. One of the message also was like, in Mexico you always hear like the bad news, like you hear like someone disappeared, someone was kidnapped, or someone like everything, and sometimes when you're like listening to that like all the time, for you it's like nothing else. Like it's another one,
Yeah.
and it's more like statistics or more numbers or whatever. But it's a person, it's a family behind. So I wanted to do also that in the whole movie. We have like in the background a lot of news happening, and nobody will care about the news. Like it was like just bad news, bad news, bad news happening, and it was like also to show that like even like there are bad news, like it's you can become better, but also to show like Ulysses' brother was killed back in Mexico. So, okay, he died, but what happened with his family around? Like they are suffering as well. It's not like the person who died. It's also like the people are around them. So yeah, I wanted to show that like it's not like just a number, and it's like the family, like the people around, and also like the grief that it's like really difficult to process, and more like as a man because nobody let us cry.
How long did you take writing
The truth. No, like it was crazy. Now I regret a little bit. I did it like super quick because I had to do it for the thesis and everything.
it? Yeah.
Next time I wanna do it if I write something because I don't like writing a lot. But
Really?
next time if I write something, I wanna give it like more time because I did it like for in a month.
Wow.
I wrote everything in a month, and then I fix some things in pre-production. My DP Denzel, he helped me a lot for like switching a lot of things from the script. That I think like without Denzel, like I couldn't do like the film that it was. Not even just like in the cinematography way, also in the story way. Like he helped me a lot. He's also Mexican, but we come like for two different Mexicos, so it was really nice to bring that into the script. So also that helped that the script was written like in 1 month.
Wow.
The like Denzel's perspective helped a lot for the script,
Yeah.
but it was just around 1
Okay.
month.
You've been in sets in Mexico and in Canada.
Okay.
Do you find differences
Yeah.
to each other?
Well, also, it was a long process for me because at the beginning, I had a lot of like, bro, this is not how it's supposed to be. Because in Mexico, I work in like big sets. I work for like big brands, commercials, like Shark Tank.
Yeah.
So I like it was like really professional sets, really super like a lot of budget.
Yeah.
Like, they have money to do whatever they want. But and then when I came here and I started like studying films, it was like, but it's not like then I understood like it's because just started like working in these sets and then you are comparing to these sets. You cannot compare. I just work in one movie here in Hamilton, and I saw a little bit more about like the more like
The industry?
more the industry, more real industry than the student projects. And yeah, there are a lot of differences. First of all, here they respect the times. As I told you, I used to work like from 6 a.m. to 4 a.m. But I think they make more, they care a little bit more about that because also in commercials. So because you don't want to pay for the locations like for 3 days if you're just gonna shoot 1 day. So you just have art department setting up everything at 4 a.m. Then you have the shooting day, and then you have to wrap up everything that same day.
Yeah.
And here, when I work in that movie, it was like I'm exaggerating. In Mexico, they give you like one prep day, not everything.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but still, like they have two prep days to set up everything. Then they have the shooting day, and then they have a whole wrap day. So sometimes in Mexico that doesn't happen. It happens, like they give you time, of course, but sometimes it's not like enough. But it's nice. As I told you, I like the pressure.
Yeah. Can you tell us about your last production? Your last film?
Our last production here was here. That's why I'm here in Toronto, because I came to produce Lip and Soar. That it's Denzel's, my DOP from Siempre en Tu Esquina. Now he was directing, and we started pre-production like after we finished Siempre en Tu Esquina, actually. Something like that. He was fixing the script. He was doing a lot of changes, but but we were already like on that. And then in January, he was super excited to do it. So we started pre-production in January. Right now it's August, so we have a lot of pre-production for this film. But it was really difficult because I was in Mexico doing the pre-production, and I learned a lot. Well, since Siempre en tu Esquina, I knew that the team that you have behind you is like, or like with you is everything that you need. Like without a good team, you cannot do anything. Even though you think you can do everything by yourself, you need a team. And I try to find people who are like the best in what they do, but also like they're passionate of what are they doing. So here, shout out to Cynthia. She was my co-producer for Lip and Soar, and she was doing everything here in Toronto. She did a lot. She helped a lot of, because back in Mexico I also have work, so I have to do my stuff and also like have these meetings here in Toronto, like on Zoom to pre-produce Lip and Soar. So Cynthia did a lot of that pre-production work. She applied with themselves to a lot of grants. She found the locations here because I couldn't do like location scouting. We just like with pictures. She was just sending us pictures and I'm like, how do you think about this location? What do you think? And then we choose some. Then we showed some to Lizel, and then like she did all the negotiations because I was like back there. So I think like you have to have a good team and to be like how to know how to work in team, because that's gonna take you like farther and farther. So yeah, it was crazy. It was really good. I'm really honored that I've worked with Denzel as the director, because he's really good director. It was really surprising for me because I just saw him behind the camera, but now I want to work with him more like as a director. Even as an actor, I want him to direct me. You know, I talked to him about it, like, and now I want you to like to direct me. I want to write something so you can direct me.
That's so nice. Why did you decide to go back to Mexico?
To Mexico, after I finished school here in Toronto, I stayed for a few months and I was like, no, I like. It wasn't like about the film because you have a lot of opportunities here. Probably the same opportunities that you have in Mexico, but in Mexico you have to know someone, you know. Also here, but it's easier to someone to recommend you to a big set, and then in the big set if they like you. I'm talking everything about like, as you see, like I don't do anything like acting stuff. I do more like production. So here in Toronto, of what I see is like, if you recommend me to a big set, I'll go, but it's of course it's my work to do like a good job, so they will take me to more sets. So actually, the line producer for Lip and Soar, Fernanda, she's also Mexican. She does that. She works on a lot of big sets now here in Toronto because of that. Like she did a good job when.
Yeah, no, she's really good. It's amazing.
She's something else. Like I like they are really like, it was for Live and Story, it was like a really big project, and we were like we needed more people in production department, but with Fernanda and Cynthia, like you can do whatever you want, like even you're missing like 10 more people, like they are like an army. So they are really good, and yeah, so she worked on. Someone recommend her on a big set, and then she did an amazing job. And then the PD for that set started recommending her to another big set. So after you get there, I think you can go like all the time in big sets here. But in Mexico, like, not because of the industry, because I knew that I could find that here in one point. But I wanted to do my company. I wanted to grow ceviche, and also. Don't misunderstand me, I miss my family there, but I didn't move back because of my family. I moved back because I missed Mexico. The magic of Mexico is like super strange. I don't know how to explain, but like Mexico has like this like, it's a character. It's a whole character. The other day I was talking with Denzel because we did a screening for Siempre en tu Esquina last year in Mexico, and he went to Mexico City. and Denzel is also a good photographer. So he was with his film camera all the time, like looking where like to shoot, and we were looking at his photos last week, and he was saying like, "Oh, it's because it's super difficult to take photos in Mexico because a lot of things are happening at the same time." Yeah, in Toronto, even if you are in Dundas, like you can take a moment and take the photo. But in Mexico, if you are here, then you see that scene and you want to take the photo, the scene's over.
Yeah.
And you have to move back and that scene is over too. So everything is happening like I love the magic and the people like just for living, not like in the industry way, like the living way, like the quality of life that you have like there. I don't know,
Yeah.
it's magical.
Ah.
Yeah.
Someone told me you also have a tequila.
Oh, yeah. Well, this is.
So you love businesses.
Yeah, I like it. It's not a tequila, it's a mezcal.
Okay. What's the difference?
Technically, tequila is a kind of mezcal. It's a mezcal. The difference is they are cousins. But the difference is mezcal is super handmade and super. They crafted like by hand and it's super artisan.
I think it's the same.
Artisanal?
Artisanal.
I don't
It's
know.
very handcraft.
Handcraft, yeah. And tequila is super industrial process.
Okay.
So, and also with the tequila, you just can't do it with one kind of agave. Do you know what is an agave? Like the plant that the tequila. So with tequilana or agave azul, that's the name of the agave that you use for tequila. But for mezcal, you can use whatever agave you see in in the file in the field. So that's the main difference, and I think it's better like because if you see it in the artistic way again, it's like it can tells you a story.
Yeah.
Every mezcal, like the tequila is always gonna taste the same because the industrial and process and everything, but the mezcal tells you a different story.
Wow.
Every bottle is different.
Yeah.
Because one process could be different from another. Our last distillation, well, last because we just did a distillation last week, but our last distillation was in winter, and you never do that because you need for the fermentation of the agave, you have to have like hot like weather, and we did it in winter because we were going to Europe to a couple of expositions there, so we needed like product and we didn't have any. So my cousin that is my partner on this, he is also the maestro mezcalero, that it's like the chief, like he does all the work.
Okay.
So he did the distillation in winter, and that changed everything. All the flavor changed a lot because
Was it good?
yeah, it was really good. It was like surprisingly good because you don't do that.
Yeah.
As I told you, like you have to do like warm weather, and the fermentation will take like 1 week or two. I don't know the exact times. He knows it better. But for the winter, you need like 3 or 4 weeks, and that's a lot of time. And he had to cover everything and put some put a lot of light with warm because we need to keep the heat inside, and it tells you a different story from the summer mezcal, you know. So it's that part that I like, that it's different. Also, it's stronger. So tequila it's 32 to 36 alcohol percent, and mezcal it's around 39 to 49.
Okay.
Yeah. So
You're a very multifaceted person.
yeah, I'm
How
like
do you-
Barbie.
Actually, yeah. So, what do you envision yourself doing next? Because you have done a lot of things already.
Right now, I want to concentrate with what I have now, because I think also if you are opening more doors and trying to do a lot of stuff, like nobody can do that. As I told you, like if you have a good team, you can do it, but still you have to concentrate your energy and everything to one thing. Right now, I wanna grow ceviche, and I wanna focus.
It's your
on
baby.
Yeah, my baby. I wanna focus on ceviche right now. I wanna find more projects, Well, right now we have two projects coming on. I'm producing a documentary from my hometown back in
Where's your
Mexico.
hometown?
Coatepec, Carinas.
Okay.
It's a small town in state of Mexico, right in the center of Mexico. I'm doing a documentary of that because it's turning 200 years next year. So I'm doing a documentary for that. And also at the beginning of next year, I'm doing a short film with an amazing director, Ilse Moreno. She has a lot of prestigious. I always say that she's like from all of us that we kind of play to be directors. She is the director. She had a documentary, The Canadian Dream, and she has been in a lot of festivals because the documentary is really good and it's getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to working with her because she's the director right now, and I have that project and we are filming in Mexico.
Wow.
So again, like those two projects are in Mexico, but I'm gonna see which project I have to do to come back to Canada next year.
Yeah. What is the thing you're the proudest of?
The thing I'm the proudest of, find the right people. I think, like no, I don't know, like to grow those friendships. You know, not just to meet the people and okay, cool.
Yeah.
to grow those friendships, like, and I'm learning a lot. Like I always learn a lot from Denzel. He always teach me a lot of stuff, like not in artistic, also life.
Yeah.
And learn. That's what I'm the proudest, to learn a little bit more from everyone.
Wow.
That like to know how to do that.
Do you ever get overwhelmed? Or
Yes. Yes, sometimes. Back in Mexico, I was super stressed with another business that I have. And one day I was like, life, work, everything. And I was like, I just want to go to Toronto, you know, because also for me, when I came back to Mexico, it was hard to me to create like real connections with people. I like, after I came to Toronto, I realized that I started having real connections with people here, and not like never there in my entire life. I never had like I have couple, of course,
yeah.
but not like that real connections. And when I was overwhelmed, I was like, I just want to go to like Toronto and deep talk with everyone, because I don't know why everyone like here loves to deep talking all the time. Like even if you go for a coffee, you are deep talking about life, about everything. So sometimes you need that, you know?
Yeah.
I think, but I'm like, I don't know, my daily day is like super so when I have like big projects, like I try to like just focus and don't get overwhelmed, but I do it like afterwards or something. Yeah.
Hey, thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for the
I think our
invitation.
time it's done. Thank you so much for everything.
No, thank you for your invitation.
Thank you
for
everything.
having
See
me.
you next time. Bye.
Bye.